6. Casting the Burden. Dear listeners, let us now sit beneath the shade of an old tree, as though in the courtyard of Toji, where the breeze carries the scent of earth and memory. Let us open our hearts and reflect upon the 6th chapter of the game of life and how to play it, casting the burden. This is not merely a lesson of words, it is a teaching that reaches deep into the marrow of our lives. There is a simple truth that Florence Scovel Shinn, the author, lays before us. Each one of us carries unseen burdens, worries, fears, resentments, and doubts, much like a farmer bent under sacks of grain too heavy for the shoulders. Yet life, as the author tells us, was never meant to be lived thus. She reminds us of an eternal law, that divine intelligence, the infinite spirit, has not destined us to walk bowed and weary. We are invited to cast our burdens upon this higher power, to surrender what we cannot bear. The author gives us words, simple but potent, to speak aloud. I cast this burden on the Christ within, and I go free. These words are not a magic spell, but a turning of the heart, a yielding of the soul's full sense of responsibility. When spoken with faith, the mind unclenches, the heart lifts, and solutions begin to flow from a source greater than our limited reason. How familiar this is, even in the world of Toji. How many of my characters, Choi Seo-hee, Kim Gil-sang, struggled with burdens of their own making, born from pride, fear, or sorrow. How different their lives might have been had they known this simple practice, to cast the burden and trust the unfolding of life. The chapter speaks also of resentment, that slow poison which corrodes fortune and darkens the spirit. Shinn tells us, resentment is the cause of most failures and misfortunes. When resentment is harbored, the channels of good are blocked. But when we forgive, truly, wholly, we free ourselves. I am now immune to all hurts and wrongs. I bless all enemies, and I go free. These are words to soften even the hardest heart. There is another teaching in this chapter, the matter of universal supply and divine abundance. Shinn reminds us that scarcity is a lie of the senses. The universe holds infinite good, health, wealth, love, for all who align with its laws. When we fear lack, we attract lack. When we trust abundance, we draw it near. In practice then, when worry arises, cast the burden. When resentment festers, forgive and go free. When lack appears, trust in divine supply. And speak the words with deep sincerity. I cast this burden on the Christ within, and I go free to receive the blessings of life. In this way, Florence Scovel Shinn shows us that life may be lived lightly, joyfully, without the weight of needless burdens. As I reflect, I see how this chapter resonates with the timeless truths of the land. Toji, is this not what nature teaches us? The willow casts off its leaves in autumn, trusting in the renewal of spring. The river flows forward, never grasping the stones behind. So must we live, in surrender, in trust, in grace. Dear friends, let us close our eyes for a moment. Take any burden upon your heart this day, whether it be worry, guilt, or fear, and with a gentle breath, speak within. I cast this burden on the Christ within, and I go free. Feel the lightness, the opening of the heart. And now, walk forward in life, as though across a sunlit field, free and unafraid. This concludes our reflection on Chapter 6, Casting the Burden. May your path be unburdened, your heart light, and your life full of grace.